We're
Y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Hey, hit it. Hi, welcome to the podcast.
Welcome to In the House, Roomies, and we are back.
We are back.
And of course, you already know who I am. The other day,
He knows who he is.
yep, and my eyes are open.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Are they? Are they though?
They are, motherfuckers.
In what world?
You
In
know,
the 37th parallel universe.
parallel universe.
So it's 2 dimensions.
My introduction. Hey, yo soy Luisito, nene bueno, and we got the guys in the back.
Fucking guys in the back.
Fucking guys in the back.
Fucking guys
The
in the
lads
back.
in the back.
The lads in the back of your back. Hey,
Mike on the mic. And we got...
I'm just laying it on my shoulder right here.
hey.
Whoa, I'm just laying it on my shoulder.
Yo, the
Got a
total
big
G
bear on
is
my
all
lap.
the way.
Oh my
The
god.
total G.
Called bazooka.
Benny Bazooka.
Safe word is
Benny Bazongas.
recoil.
Oh my god.
Han Solo in the building.
Hans Holo. What's
Hands
going on, y'all?
alone.
On total.
All right,
up?
so
I'm
we're
usually
back,
not.
guys.
Yeah.
I'm usually not on time, but
Today is
today,
like randomness.
Holo finally made it on time for a podcast.
He really did.
Claps.
Blah, blah, blah.
And of
So,
course, you're gonna see, me and Lou
we're here.
doing the damn thing on In the House, and of course, we're gonna have our esteemed guest always.
There we go. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming and enjoying the day, the night with us. It's gonna be spectacular.
We have props today.
No, man.
We have
Seriously.
sound.
Seriously.
Bad endorsements.
We should make this episode a really good one.
Brought
because
to
of
you
the
by-
fact that, we do send out our prayers and our condolences to everybody affected in the LA fires.
Nobody
yes.
should have to like lose their home for any reason. And like natural disasters like
All
that.
right, Mike, before you get into that rant, hold your horses.
Okay.
The horses are being held.
Nay, I say nay.
nay.
I'm holding it.
And also, I would also like to make this episode a special one because yesterday my aunt passed away.
Oh,
Sorry about that.
man.
She was always
Sorry.
smiling and laughing, so we're gonna bring a little smile and laughter to the roomies today.
Condolences. Yo.
It's all good, baby. It's all good. She lived a very long life. She
There you go.
was almost gonna push a century. So
Oh yeah.
We should be so.
She's like, yo, I'm out.
yeah,
Yeah.
she said I'm not really with the whole 2025 season.
Yeah, you know,
2024 was
around.
crazy. I don't think I could do
You know,
2025.
the writers went crazy after a little bit.
Yeah,
You know,
I'm out.
I'm
on
gonna
this
tap
one.
out. See
I'm
you,
gonna tap
girl.
out.
Wow.
I mean, if they make like a spin-off, call me. That'd be great.
Nah.
See, that's a good way to send off.
That's
Yeah.
allowed.
See you in the next one.
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
So
With that
we
being-
are here. With that being said, go ahead.
With that being said, Mike, you may go on your LA
No,
rant.
no, I'm sorry.
You
I
may go
didn't-
on your LA rant. Go
No,
ahead.
no. It wasn't
Go
even a
ahead.
rant.
I
Like,
need
You were gonna say that nobody deserves their home to be burned down.
like natural disasters, like destroying people's homes on like such a huge scale is really, really bad for everybody. Like,
Yeah, of course.
rich, poor, all demographics. It just fucks up the city, the state, the country, the world. It affects everybody. So I didn't know. I'm sorry, but like,
Yeah.
it's really fucked up what's happening to everybody. It happened in New York. It happened in LA. It happens all over the world. Puerto Rico, DR, everywhere. It's like it's just getting worse and worse. So
Yeah.
I hope we can all like come together and just be like, oh shit, everyone's homes are being destroyed because of natural disasters.
Well, the government did say they're gonna pay for all the losses done. Supposedly.
Supposedly.
Allegedly, supposedly.
Allegedly.
But I
But
hope that-
if they do, then kudos to them for doing one last good thing before the new administration takes over.
Yeah. I think we all know how cynical, kind of an asshole I am, but I hope we can all like try and come together and help each other while like natural disasters are destroying everyone's homes.
But
I get your point.
Yeah.
But was this a natural disaster? Of course, we had to make this conspiracy corner turn.
Of course.
Right here.
Yeah, Conspiracy O'Clock brought
Yo,
to you
bro.
by...
In the House podcast. We're saying number one. Number one.
Yeah.
There is video footage of people setting this fire. Supposedly, allegedly.
Yes.
Okay.
And then on top of that, there was supposedly and allegedly, there was more than one fire set at the same time.
3 actually.
4.
Four?
There were four major fires in the area.
And in the time lapses, they all look the same. Like, they all start at the same time. Start like spreading. It's like a specific point in each one. It almost looked. I know it sounds crazy and conspiracy. It almost looked like when you were a kid and you take a magnifier.
A magnifying glass.
And you start like trying to point at something.
Yeah.
It's something like that.
Yeah.
It kind of starts looking like that. Like someone pointed something at it. You know.
Nah, but
Bring out the lasers.
Similar to the Maui fires.
And that's what.
Yeah.
The whole Hawaii thing.
But the thing about it is like you feel
God.
me? They took out what it was Malibu that got affected, right? Malibu got affected. I
don't
believe.
know the name of it was like
I
something
think it was
Palisades.
Malibu.
Something
I know
Hollywood Palisades.
I know it was Hollywood Palisades. There was like a bunch of like I don't think like directly downtown LA got affected, but I do believe it was a lot of like neighborhoods around the central point of LA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Is this one of those things I should Google?
And if you want to Google it, go ahead.
Yeah, for the sake of like
Just for the sake of us knowing.
reference. Yeah, but
Maximize.
another thing is that
Chrome.
supposedly they've seen people like lighting up those fires.
Which one do I
up.
click?
Person one.
So that's another thing too.
But not like this is the thing about it, right? This is day 6 of the LA fires or something like that. Day 6, and
About right.
Just from the time itself, like all right, the initial fire started, but then there's been a whole bunch of other people fucking around and trying to start new fires.
Yes.
Arsonists.
They've caught. I've seen
Mad
a video
people, they've caught
with
mad
blowtorches and
people.
stuff like that. It's
with, like,
crazy.
Somebody with a flamethrower got caught up. You know what I mean? So it's like
with the torch thing they use for.
And then on top of that, LA, that area of California is notorious for being known to always have a drought.
Yeah.
And always to be a very dry area because of the fact that it's like at the very end of the desert. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so
there's
it's like. No, you were saying?
Yeah, I mean, it is. That's true. But California is like probably the state that's surrounded by the most water, just about, man. Like, shouldn't something have been like instead of spending $42 billion on homelessness,
That's how much they spent on homelessness. $42 billion.
I heard that. I saw that. $42 billion on homelessness.
Not on homelessness.
Yeah, it's just,
And homelessness was a big thing.
But
Remember that.
But yet again, like I've said in multiple podcasts, that homelessness problems the only thing that shit is doing is creating jobs.
All right, you guys can see that?
Yeah,
it looks
we can see it.
Creating
All right,
jobs.
so there's 4 fires. There's the Palisades fire, the Eaton fire, the Kenneth fire, and the Hearst fire. And they're all in different locations, which is probably why the fire department is having such a fucked up time responding to them, because they're 4 major fires.
that is a lot of area. Bro.
Yeah.
That Palisades fire is easily the most huge fire. And then the Eaton fire is
second up.
also fucking huge, because that's taking up a lot of space.
That is nuts. Bro.
That is nuts, bro.
But that Palisades fire definitely took out a huge chunk of residential space, because that was a national park, and then it went into all of this area by Santa Monica.
Okay.
And then if we
Look
zoom
at
in,
that shit, bro.
that's Brentwood, that's the Pacific Palisades, that is Westwood. I don't know LA like
Like
this.
a whole historic park is gone.
A whole park, a whole
fucking
state park
shit.
is just gone. It looks like 2 state parks are gone. Topanga State Park might be completely gone.
Question is the fire spreading into more residential areas now?
There's still a couple of fires going on.
Or are people just being fucking crazy and trying to like start more fires?
So, to go to that point, the possible reason why this started is really dry conditions, like a drought.
Yeah.
Because in the West, like California, in winter it usually rains, right? It rains more. It's their like rainy season.
Is there? Yeah.
and then if it doesn't rain, you just get dryness. You get all the leaves, all that shit. It just gets drier and drier and drier, and then you get wildfires. So if they have outdoor power lines and it's really windy, those power lines fall over, cause fires. That's the assumed cause of the wildfire in Hawaii, which took out a whole town. And then this is probably why the fire started.
No, the fires in Hawaii started because Oprah ordered a laser.
Oprah and The Rock.
And The Rock.
Well,
because they ended up going like half on that shit.
Right.
Well, the conspiracy starts because then rich people fly in and then buy up all the land for cheap.
For super cheap. But now that I'm seeing this map,
exactly like in Puerto Rico.
But now that I'm seeing
exactly
this map,
like
is more of protected land and state parks that have gotten affected versus residential areas.
It's largely state parks, and then I'll bet you anything, instead of letting the parks grow back, because a large number of these trees will probably grow back, they'll just buy up all this land and then build a tech super city.
True. That is very true. So that Smart LA 2028 conspiracy does have some validity, but yet again, the way I thought the fire was affecting like LA, I thought like the whole city was like almost engulfed.
No, LA is huge. If that were the case, then it would be like one of the worst disasters in America. Worst disaster.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, LA is like really kind of shit.
No, this is bad, but
no, it's definitely bad.
But like, what? 10 people have died, which is horrible. But like,
it could be worse.
It's not the worst natural disaster this month. What? It's 2025 now. It's not 2024 anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
they say that, yeah.
Yeah. So
last year we had like 10.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Like, bro, this is bad. But like,
it is.
Can you stop moving that thing?
It gets you nervous.
Yo.
It does get you nervous.
More people got like hurt in that North Carolina hurricane and like all those by Asheville, like.
But you know what's crazy? You know what I think really fuels all the conspiracy behind this is like the alignment of events, like the insurance company saying, "Yo, we're not protecting from wildfires."
That's
correct.
The fucking in 2024 when they took away $100 million from like the firefighters.
Correct.
A week before this happened, they're talking about slashing another $50 million from the firefighters. So it's like all this shit aligned, and then on top of that, with the the Smart LA 2028 project or whatever, it just like I was like, damn, like they really put this one together. And I was like, the pieces fit crazy.
And I just thought of something on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
The firemen that come here, who are they? Mexican.
You know
so that justifies, we need like useful immigrants to come in, and they don't spend money here, and they bring people from other places.
You know what kind of firefighters they're using? You know what kind of firefighters they're using?
They're volunteers.
Firefighters?
They're prison inmates, and they're paying them less than $1 a day.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
It's all about
Is there another
money,
word
bro. You
that
follow
could be
money.
used
This is why
use that kind of labor.
What they ask? Wait.
Yes, there is, but we're not going to mention that word.
Well, I mean,
they're cutting funds from firemen
Mike,
in the States.
Mike,
yes.
I'm not gonna say
Obviously, people
you
don't
better
want to
not.
work.
I'm not gonna say it, but you know what kind of word that is.
Mike, you better not.
I'm not gonna say it.
You better not.
But you know what that word is.
I know what the word is.
Wage.
So it doesn't cost or
Stop.
government any money. You know what I'm saying? Like it's more.
Just gonna dangle it.
For the ones up there.
Just gonna dangle it.
Sorry, we're having a double conversation.
No,
I'm fucking with them.
It's different channels. You can edit it later. No, but I'm practically saying that, that's a huge way that the United States government is saving money. Like they cut here and there, and then, who wants to help with this fire? And then Mexico is like, yeah, we're gonna help you guys raise these motherfuckers, and they still do. And then the government doesn't spend any dollar.
Bro, they're using prison inmates. They have the craziest thing about it. They haven't said if they're gonna like take time off their shit.
They're paying they're paying them under $1 a day.
I had like
Do they get any time off their sentences? Like, yo, bro, if I'm risking my life to take out these fires,
it's not like they're reporting like to to a place, and then like they take a break from that place and eat, and then they go back to work. Like
they're using prison inmates to fight fires instead of paying firefighters to fight fires.
Yeah,
There is the exploitation of the working rights of American citizens, even if they are currently incarcerated for crimes they have been convicted of.
Yeah.
You cannot deprive them of their American rights to be paid a fair wage for their working labor. That is what they are doing.
Listen, I don't own
violates the amendments.
I do not own any prisons, bro. It's not me. It's not
that's
me.
another business.
We should nationalize the prison system. Is what we should do.
The prison system
to rehabilitate the American citizens who have committed crimes, to provide a safer environment for the American people. We should rehabilitate prisons by nationalizing that system.
Call now. We want to help you.
So we do not use prison inmates as firefighters, and if we do, we compensate them fairly for their labor.
I agree with you that everybody that's out there fighting these fires should be compensated fairly.
Is firefighters not a life and death occupation?
It is, but
they're risking their lives to protect people in California.
I get that.
That's not.
But I'm not the one who signed the deal for them. But that told them, hey, listen, you're gonna go fight this fire, and you're gonna get 85 cents for it.
I'm super done trolling.
This is
I'm
not a fight of left versus right.
I'm super done.
Right, like this guy.
I'm sorry for fucking with you.
He's like, hey, yeah, and I'm like, bro, you're making me
do.
feel bad. Like, damn,
why have you done this?
Like I didn't know I had that kind of ability to just pay them.
Take action.
At least pay them $2.
No, pay them a minimum wage if anything.
Of course.
Worst case scenario, don't pay them like.
Why are they not paying the firefighters though?
Because they're literally prison inmates.
No, because
no.
Because probably they didn't vote for.
Oh, the real ones is because since there's 4 fires going on,
4 large fires,
and then 2, they've done cut almost $150 million from their budget.
That part. And one of those fires is catastrophically large.
He doesn't want to pay overtime, so that's probably another one that's like.
Didn't the mayor of LA recently went to Ghana when the fire started?
No,
it was right before.
She got back.
She got back, and it was already underway. She went to
don't be throwing no tea like
funeral. She went to some head of state's funeral because she was invited or whatever.
But they were asking her,
and then the fire started, and then she came back.
They was like, do you think it was good to cut the budget by millions to the fire department ahead of what's happening now? And she couldn't say anything.
Of course, they never.
It's like, bro, listen. The 4 things you invest in as a society to make sure shit runs right. You feel me? Firefighters. All emergency services.
Yes.
All emergency services. That includes the cops.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And medical services.
Everybody wants to negate. Hold on. Before your little trolling ass tries to say something stupid.
What have I said that was stupid today?
Well, I'm gonna say something not literally stupid, but you know what I'm.
I was trolling you. It wasn't stupid. It was correct. You agreed with it. You just
Here
didn't
we
want me to say that.
Here we go.
You made me feel bad about something I can't control. Like, goddamn. Like, yo, bro, I'm not the one who pays them.
I'm sorry for fucking with you, but you know you agreed with me.
Right?
I'm
this
hiding.
Is what I mean by that.
I'm scared.
If you were to put more money into, law enforcement, and not only just throw money at it, but actually take the time to make sure that these people are properly trained to handle.
Tell them.
Not only to handle violent situations, but to handle domestic situations where they have to, instead of using violence and reaching for a taser or going for that they know how to speak to people and know how to de-escalate situations and actually sit there and figure it out what's happening. Because, for instance, earlier this week, there was a video of 5 cops jumping a 15-year-old because he jumped the turnstile. Nice. Just for jumping the turnstile.
Way too much.
Way too much.
For a minor.
For a ticket. Way too much aggression. For $290, bro.
You know that
for a summons.
Everything that's going on in with the train is gonna get that reaction from the cops and shit like that. Anything now it's gonna be highlighted.
I get that. If you want to stop them, talk to them, do the whole pat down, fine, do it. But the fact of the matter is, why is there five grown people on a child? You feel me? A minor. You feel me?
Shit is crazy nowadays.
You feel me? This is what I'm saying. So you need to be able to train these people not only to handle violent situations, but to handle small domestic situations where they don't congest the fucking legal system and the criminal system because of the fact that somebody was going into a building and they were going upstairs, and because of the fact that they didn't want to tell you that they were going upstairs, now they're spending 48 hours in bookings for what? For trespassing. That nobody called in.
There's a way to go about those things and not get caught, right?
Yeah.
Like you see that shit,
Anarchy.
but no, like get stopped by a cop and walk away, and not give them exactly like I see these videos when these drivers don't give them their IDs.
Yeah.
You can't.
I mean
do that.
the licenses at first, and yeah, if you're walking as a pedestrian and
if
they ask
you're
you
walking, you can refuse to give ID.
you can refuse to give ID. Correct.
Yeah.
If you are driving, you cannot refuse to give ID.
There is like I think it's if it's like at a checkpoint or some shit like that. It's on the internet.
If you're
It's on the internet. It has to be
suspicious
true.
or suspect or something.
Well,
they
Rapable cause.
Paracatu.
I mean,
No,
it's
I'm kidding.
it's easier. It's easier for me for obvious reasons, but
Oh my god, you
Wow,
racist,
here we go.
bro. That was racist.
I'm not
Always.
racist. Cops are
Always,
racist.
bro.
Cops are racist. Don't. It's not.
He can't help it. He can't help it. Yo.
But
I
one of the
condemn.
first
He's privileged.
One of the
Whether
first
he
things-
I was
likes
gonna
it.
say.
one of the first things my parents did was teach me how to talk to cops. I think that is one of the most important things you can do growing
30
up
seconds.
in a hood is knowing how to talk to cops.
That's
Yeah.
that's actually a good thing.
That's one of
It is.
my dad was a teacher at Rikers at the fucking high school there, and he's just like, none of these motherfuckers know how to talk to cops, and like you've been in the system, and you've been arrested how many times, and you still don't know how to talk to cops. That's like the first thing you should know how to do. Like, and he's just like, hey, do any of you know what a Miranda is? And they're just like, yeah, the thing they read you is just like, yeah, but what is it? And they don't know. It's like, okay, well, you have certain things. The most important thing is shut the fuck up.
The right
Yeah.
to remain
Literally.
silent.
Because
So, bro-
they can lie to you,
Yes.
but you cannot lie to them. That is a crime. So the first thing you do is shut the fuck up. But there are certain things, like if you're driving, you have to give them.
No, that's completely.
But
that's completely
but some
understandable.
people don't know that shit. I learned that shit when I was like 6. My dad's just like, if the police knock, don't answer the door.
Yeah.
They don't have to. You don't have to answer the door. That's it. Bye.
Yeah, fuck that. But at the end of the day, you feel me? Like, that's what I mean. Like, all emergency services need to be funded correctly.
Upgrade.
Education
Education's the second one. Of
is the
course.
first.
It will
one.
be the first one.
Education is the first one.
Nah, because you need your hospitals, you need everything. But next up
Yes.
is education.
But you need to
Yeah.
educate
Because if you
people
have-
so they can be
Yeah.
of
You have a
service.
society
in
of
that
dumb motherfuckers, and you're not gonna have good
society's
cops.
crumbling.
You're not gonna have good nurses. You're not
We
gonna have
should have
good.
education.
collapsing.
Because then you're not gonna have garbage men. Because if you have a good education system, and then you don't, if you like have a good education system, and someone grows up a dumb motherfucker anyway, then he's just gonna be like, well, at least I can lift bags and drive a truck. It's just like, well, yeah, but then you can make $100,000 doing that.
yeah, just
And
shut
then be
up.
a good person and be a good member of society because you know how to get
completely-
along.
You're completely correct on that. But what I'm saying is that my order doesn't really mean ranking. I'm just going by my thoughts. So the next thing I was gonna say is the educational system definitely needs more funding.
For me, that's always gonna be number one.
All right, like you have your opinion, bro. Like, what do you want me
You're
to
so
tell you?
passionate.
Yes.
So like
He's so like defensive.
Yeah, he's so like
I don't
combative
understand.
today.
It's like we're
don't
trying,
know.
we're trying to have a
What I'm
conversation.
saying.
It's like, oh my
What
god,
is going on here?
Like,
What I'm saying.
What
it's
is
like,
going on here?
relax, you know,
This
take a
should be
chill
red.
pill.
This
No.
should be right. I'm on the dark side today.
You feel me?
Can you stop moving that thing like that, yo?
Yo, for real.
So intense.
So
intense.
sensitive.
We're here trying to have a good
What are we?
conversation.
What's going on here today, guys?
But, you know, education. You know, really
shit.
needs more funding.
Lifesaver.
Our infrastructure. And they need to put more money into like actual, impoverished neighborhoods with development plans where it could like benefit the community and the people that live in that community. And they also need to like stop gentrifying areas. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one.
I don't know.
Yo.
Gentrification is the only reason I have a job. So I'm okay with like a little gentrification.
A
Because
little
So you just have
gentrification.
that job
In other privileged news,
You'll just have that job in a different
no,
location.
that's not privilege. That's just like
Okay,
me
okay.
looking into like rich motherfuckers.
True.
Can I work for you? And just like
A little colonialism is not so bad.
A little bit.
they're stealing your jobs.
A little bit.
it's trickling down to me. Fuck you guys.
But yeah, that's where I was getting at.
So anyway, I saw this TikToking. It's about to die in a week. That's sad.
How do you feel about that TikTok?
Well, it's not like extra super official that it will be banned, but it looks like that more que no. So I mean, I don't like it because the thing is that TikTok became the way that people share reality, like what's really happening out there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, all the crazy shit that it's happening in the world, we won't have any more access to that. And then Meta, on the other hand, they're gonna turn off the fact check. So
Yeah, I heard that.
just like X. So, now they're expecting like, oh, let's kill the competition, no more TikTok, and they're expecting everybody to go back to Meta. Like Facebook and Instagram, and a lot of people on TikTok are saying, no, bro, we're gonna boycott like all social media.
Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah, they say blue sky for what it is, and if it gets corrupt, like we just
Ready? You ready?
like, bro, I remember 10 years ago.
Good.
There we go. There we go.
2025.
Here we go.
You know that revolution in Egypt? I think it was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Happened.
And then the one in Tunisia.
and Turkey and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I learned that it was so bad that people had to use like Tor and the dark web to communicate, so the government wouldn't know that they were doing so, because it was illegal to share like what was really going on. So they had to use like dark web access, Tor shit, Onion, whatever it's called. And
Don't give them
don't give them
too much info on how to access the dark web.
No, but the thing is that we will probably get to that point where, in order to share information, it will have to be like some resistance level kind of shit, where we need to create our own network. So they're gonna want to take over everything, mainstream media, all that shit.
Well, mainstream media and politics are already under full censorship. And then we also know that Meta was coerced into going into censorship during the pandemic. And Mark Zuckerberg said this publicly, that the Biden administration like called them up and was like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like, shut this shit the fuck down. All information about
it was confirmed.
It
was
down."
confirmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's this whole thing. I think we mentioned this at some point. There's this documentary called, I think it's called The Great Hack, something like that.
Yeah.
And it explains how this company called Cambridge Analytica, in cahoots with Facebook, they used the data. They were doing data mining to manipulate people's opinion into making DJT win the 2016 election. That's a whole documentary that you can watch. It's called The Great Hack. It's really good.
Well, at the end of the day, I think that even without that, he still would have won. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. One, because of two facts. One, because Americans, we're drawn to very entertaining people. And then two, I don't know, bro. People wanted a wild boy in office, and that's what they got.
Oh yeah, I mean.
But he's mostly talk. Thank God he's mostly talk.
No, I know, but going back to the whole Facebook thing, like the reason they say everything's going on is because now both Elon and Mark Zuckerberg are in cahoots with the billionaires club. They're up there caring about their own shit, and they wanna like take any restrictions off so they can just use your data and control the narrative and do whatever and lie to people, and because it's gonna be community based, the whole like fact checking. So anybody can come in and say whatever. Just so
they're basically saying
Wikipedia,
listen, I love Wikipedia.
No, I'm saying, but Wikipedia, anybody can edit.
Wikipedia is insane. Because if people don't like you, they will change your Wikipedia up to.
They will say some shit about you.
Wild
and people will take that as
fact.
Your biography. Yeah.
Is Wikipedia a reliable thing now?
No.
Because
it really hasn't been, unless you are smart enough to know that what's what when you're.
It depends. Like if you're talking about like people, not really. But if you're talking about like other things, like maybe like a TV show, a book, novel, stuff like that, like it's more reliable because people aren't really gonna use their opinion on that. You know what I mean?
Right. It's not an op-ed.
No, you're right. You're right about that.
You know what I mean?
Wikipedia is somewhat reliable. over
Is it like a living
a
organism,
large number of things.
encyclopedia kind of thing? But
All right, so Wikipedia is not considered a perfect source of information
Yes.
because it has flaws. Because all of the people who write Wikipedia are on like it's just the people who read Wikipedia are the people who write Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So it's just a bunch of people on the internet saying, "I'm an expert, trust me."
I don't know if you want to see that, but you're gonna have to put something like that.
So like it could be right, but you don't really know for 100% sure.
Yeah, I just,
true.
It's
I
like,
just
trust
know
me,
that.
bro.
I just know that when Wikipedia started, everyone had its like doubts, but now it seems like it's become more reliable over time. And
Yeah,
It is a reliable.
but like you said, there's a difference between people and like maybe like a show or
product.
or an event that took
Yeah, like an historical event.
Correct.
Now-
No, not historical events, because some historical events could be twisted in a way that could lean.
What was that?
The problem is that a lot of people who say, "Oh, you use Wikipedia," it's just like, but does the person who's shitting on Wikipedia, right? Do they know how to properly cite a reliable source?
I mean, in a conversation or
So even
like
find it
in
the
a.
first
That part. Do you know how to find a reliable source? You can't just go
You
to
just
like,
gotta keep
Fox
digging.
News
Oh,
and say Sean Hannity
saw it
said
on
this.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Like YouTube is not a reliable source either.
No.
nah, YouTube
Absolutely
is,
not.
is fully based on more
User
opinion.
based.
It's
Yeah,
super
it's
user
user-based.
based. It's
And
100% user
and
based.
and I can also say this, there's very few channels that have more factual than opinion.
I have a question, but we can leave it for later.
No, what's the question?
99.9%
What does the
non-accredited.
future of social media will look like? Going the path that we're going.
Oof. That's a good question.
I think that at some point there will be no schools.
Well, they already have that thing the way they
Everything will be online. People sharing opinions. There will be no facts.
All alternative facts, all
All
subjective.
is gonna be what people share.
No
it's gonna be this
objectivity.
that would be
because everything is online, so it will become this organism that you cannot get out of. So whatever's inside that salad, that's what people will believe and think.
no. I completely get that, but that would be the downfall of society
Absolutely.
because of the fact that
Social media will kill us, bro.
also because of the fact that we don't, there's certain truths and certain facts that everybody has to know. Like 2 + 2 is 4.
Is it? I think it's 5.
Really?
Ask Terrence
2
Howard.
+ 2
And you're gonna be
equals
offended
5.
because
Ask
for
Terrence
you
Howard.
it's
2 +
5.
2, because I feel like it is.
Well, you're wrong.
Why?
You're absolutely
That's
wrong.
offensive.
I don't care if it's offensive. I
Dun
don't give a
dun
damn
dun.
if it's
Cancelled.
offensive.
Cancelled.
You could be offended all you want.
It hurting
But
my
if
feelings.
I take 2 and then I throw another 2 on there, there's no way in hell that's 5.
Okay, so we know that math is an objective truth no matter what, right?
No matter what.
All right.
It sounds like Terrence Howard. Go ahead.
But you know.
What do you mean? That's
I'm gonna drop a
There's
little.
no curve in there.
Terrence
There's no
Terrence Howard
curve in
says
there.
multiplication is incorrect.
Yes,
2,
yo, he was.
1 times 1 shouldn't be 1. It should be more because it's
No, because it-
multiplying.
Yeah.
No, because
But
you're
it's
talking
not-
about the
he's like-
instances that something happened.
If you count to
Yeah.
1,
That's what multiplying
One time.
is how
Is
many
it one?
times this number repeats itself.
I get it.
Yeah.
I didn't say it.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm fucking
What's
with you.
Terrence
I'm
Howard?
fucking-
Don't
It
go
was
Terrence
Terrence
Howard.
Howard.
on us right
Fucking
now,
Terrence
please.
Howard, fuck you.
No shout outs.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Man.
Man. It's hard out here, man.
Crazy man.
But then there are
That was a great role.
soft sides.
That was a great
It
role.
was.
Because, like you said, history is usually written by the winner,
Yeah.
right? So if we go back to the words are hard. Party
Wow.
platform switch, where the Democratic Party went from traditional conservatism to more modern progressivism in the early 1900s,
Yeah.
where FDR took the conservative Democratic Party and made them the party of the working class,
Yeah.
right? With a New Deal, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And Nixon completed it when he did the Southern Strategy. Is that a historical reality or is that a subjective feeling that I have?
That would be more of a reality because it occurred.
It occurred, right? That's a
occurred.
historical reality.
It occurred. Yes.
And then you had the
But-
Southern Dixiecrats in the 1960s and 70s that opposed the Civil Rights Act.
Hold on. hold on.
Holding.
Just to add a layer of opinion on top of what you're saying.
Right.
All right, that might be an actual reality based thing that happened, but the details of those deals might be obscured because a person might say, "Oh, I have evidence that he did this, that, and the third, in order to get this to happen." You know what I mean? Like the details might be obscured and filled with opinion, while the reality of the fact happened was that he did this to make this happen to that. The details might be more opinion based, but the facts is, the progression of that event.
Super. Because then you can take any course of like events and say, well, I feel like he did it for this reason, or I feel like he did it for that reason.
Yeah.
But it might be just he had a completely different
reason for
reason.
it.
He just he ate a sandwich that morning. He was just like, I'm gonna do this, and like.
Yeah.
We talk about Wikipedia again?
No. His objectivity versus subjectivity.
Okay. Yeah. Like how Lou was saying that in a matter of time that there won't be any actual facts. It'll just be subjective. Everything's subjective opinion.
So to answer,
and that would be the fall of reality.
So to answer,
of society.
Both.
Yeah,
both.
That too.
To answer
reality
Lou's
wouldn't
question.
exist.
Mm-hmm. To answer Lou's question, right? I hope, and this is subjective because it's my feeling, that in the future, in the next generation, whatever generation after Alpha is
Beta.
called,
It's literally called Beta.
It's Generation Beta?
Yeah.
And what is Delta?
So sad.
Huh?
Is it Delta after that?
No.
Alpha, Beta.
Epsilon?
Alpha, Beta, Charlie.
No.
Wow.
Generation Charlie.
Delta.
No.
Bravo.
No. It's a different one.
It's Epsilon, right?
Cha
So I
cha
think it would
cha.
either be Delta or Epsilon.
You gotta look for the Greek alphabet, people.
Greek.
Anyways,
Alphabet in
Come on, Mike.
order.
You should know
I
this
was
by
gonna
now,
say
bro.
Gamma. Alpha, Beta, Gamma, Delta, Epsilon.
The
wow,
Zeta,
the radioactive generation.
Eta,
It's gonna be
Theta,
crazy.
The Hulk.
Iota, Kappa, Lambda.
That's what I'm saying, the
Mu,
radioactive one.
Z,
They're gonna be
Which
in
is
the fucking
XI,
Fallout universe.
Z, but XI is Z.
Really?
Omicron, Pi, Rho, Sigma, Tau,
Okay, so
Upsilon,
Beta.
Phi, Chi,
I'm still
Psi,
waiting for him to get
Omega.
There
you
we
guys
go.
the last one, bro.
I know. I was waiting
Yeah.
for that.
So yeah.
Omega's the
So
end.
Beta is our next generation.
And
The
then
baby's
Gamma.
born now in 2025
So-
A little baby.
will be that next generation.
So
of
my hope is one of the
no
generations.
knowledge.
My hope is one of the generations after this, there will be some kind of intellectual revolution where everyone's really pissed off at how stupid everyone is getting and can't tell the difference between the subject and the objective.
Well,
And they'll rise up and they'll take back society. And this will probably be after more environmental catastrophes, unfortunately. Shout out to
Sadly.
the LA Fire Department and service workers and everybody dealing with that. But like, everybody will get pissed off at how stupid everyone is getting and the catastrophes and the wars and everything shitty going on in society, and they'll just like, let's solve all the problems, and they'll solve all the problems. You can kind of see it with the Z's and the Alphas, but I hope another generation will come along and fix all the bullshit.
yeah, like almost like a redoing of getting out of the Dark Ages. 'Cause
There's a movie
that's where
like
we
that.
have
It's-
been
it's
heading.
not. It's all right.
We're
now
heading that way.
Now
We
that you
see
say
it.
that, now that you
We're
see,
just not stopping.
now that you say that, we kind of are heading out of the Dark Ages. We're like,
Out of.
We're heading
Out of-
into the Dark Ages.
hold on.
I say
Hold on.
into.
Hold on. Before y'all.
Okay.
Before y'all.
All right. Remember, it's subjective.
Subject. This is a subjective opinion,
My
right?
whole opinion of my own person
Of my own person of this being,
of this subject
of this being that stands before that.
with a conscience
You feel me?
and self-awareness.
You know, this light being that's manifested in a human form.
This star seed brought
Yeah.
here.
We're stardust beings.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this Palladium that reincarnated as
Oh
Wow.
my goodness. Using
Wow.
all the
This
big
All of
universe,
it.
this
We're going-
universe is manifested in this
You know,
carcass.
this sub Christ conscious being of
subatomic angel.
Yeah.
Yo.
Oh,
Let's bring out the finger snaps.
Amazing.
I am just
Finger
a,
snaps.
I
Finger
am just
snaps.
a quantum realm manifestation
Oh
of
my
my
goodness.
entangled
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
with the vast
consciousness of the multiverse.
empty space
of the multiverse.
of the
Where's the
multiverse.
ayahuasca, bro?
Amen.
We're getting to that. Whoa.
Wow, that was a, that. I was
was
gonna
good.
say a crazy Ayo right now. I was gonna say some crazy
Oh
Ayo.
my
Oh
God.
Go
my
ahead, bro.
Jesus Christ. Right. So what I was gonna say is that we're heading out the dark ages because of the fact that we see this last great push.
Hey,
That's what she said.
that's the one that the last great.
This last great push in order to bring down the human consciousness and vibration that we're heading. Because if you really think about it, in the 90s and the 2000s, right? And even midway through the 2010s.
The tens.
The 2010s, right? We saw this influx of positivity coming in, people accepting each other, people more coming together, and then when social media came out, it really wasn't putting people against each other because it was more of a free market where you were just fed everything that was put out.
Unforgivable.
Versus it being algorithm ran or algorithm driven, where they just keep feeding you the same bullshit that you searched.
But that came after the algorithm thing.
But this is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You saw an influx of positivity and people becoming more together from the 90s
up until
to like about the mid 2010s. And then, like, when they started introducing the algorithms, you started seeing the division.
Yeah.
It was all right. I don't want to
polarized shit.
You don't want to sound like me, but
it started around mid of Obama's second term.
Well, remember Obama made popular like politics on social media. He's the one that made it popular.
It was
not only that too, but
it was the pioneer actually.
But with Barack being a black president, there was also an influx of more racism happening.
It started way before Obama.
No, but yeah.
Hold on.
It started during Bush.
But hold on.
And I would say
we're excited.
Yeah, I know, right? I hit a topic that Mike is very interested.
Yeah, he's like invested in.
Ooh. But seriously though, there was you could see like data charts that show the spike happening during like Obama's second term, where like racism was like really catapulting off like out there on the
2012,
where it made a comeback,
where it made like a like a super comeback,
and that's all we still hear about even now.
And getting worse.
And then it like really accelerated during the Donald Trump era. And I don't want to say Donald Trump as the president was an accelerant to all the division,
but he got a lot of racist people validated.
But not only that, but with that happening as well, I feel like everybody was quick to choose a side versus trying to hear each other out.
Division.
Like nobody was really trying to like say, "Hey guys, let's slow the fuck down real quick and like talk this through." Like even as Donnie as the president, you feel me? Like nobody was like trying to really slow down. Everybody was just trying to get at each other's throats because guess what? It was more entertaining that way.
Yeah, exactly. It was entertaining, but it was also appealing to people's emotions. Not a lot of logic or why I'm a better candidate than the other, whatever. It was more like, ha, you hate what I hate. Hate! So that was basically what happened.
You talk about how the togetherness that people were headed towards, then the
division.
Then the rise of the internet causes people to just be on their own and by themselves and stuff like that.
Not really the rise of the internet. It was more of when.
Well, it divides
the rise
us.
of social media.
No.
It divides that
like when social, not at the very infancy of social media.
No,
okay. But when like it got more algorithm based, that's when you really saw it because it was feeding you the same shit that instead of like it being an influx of all this different shit just coming at you, that you could be like, all right, cool, let me check this out. Let me check this out.
Yes, that's like at an information stage, and you're right. But I'm talking about what was what we used to say is that even at the infancy of the internet, when people started walking in the streets with their phones in their hands, that was like no longer, that was like a division as well, because people are not. You're not looking at anybody else. Yeah, the people are just there. And it started out as a wow, imagine, that's how it could be, and look how it is. And look where it's gonna be, yo. Look at that question. That's
awesome. And I think also, now that you mentioned the whole it started at this point or the other, I think that one aspect that catapulted this social media dystopian, everybody on their own, like you said, it's when they made social media accessible from your phone. Because remember, back in the days, Facebook was on your computer.
Now all you're doing
you had
is
to
just
sit down on your computer, your laptop, log into Facebook, chat with people on the inbox, and you check the news feed, whatever. Now nobody uses that on the computer.
No, nobody.
I went to the library recently brand new one. They renovated it. It's dope.
Oh, the one on Broadway.
Yeah, but there's not as many books, and it's just
All
like a lot of
computers.
computer space.
That's what I'm
All
saying.
computers.
Do you remember how it was when you used to walk up in there back in the days, yo? It was just like books.
I still
Like people,
I
you
know
know?
The
Nice book
idea
collection.
was, let's save trees and put all the knowledge in these little chips so we have more space to have more knowledge.
And are they saving
what
the trees?
happens- And what happens?
And are the
Oh,
tre-
let's manipulate reality and make it about us.
And are they
make it
saving the
money.
trees still? They're not saving the trees.
No, because they're
Yeah,
still
man.
burning as much energy as they was when
Bro.
producing paper.
Damn, burning again.
But you know what's crazy? I really don't care for paper books because I enjoy reading digitally.
But
The
the
what?
irony is, you can save the paper by
The
using
what?
hemp farms.
I enjoy reading
You
digitally.
can print out paper on hemp farms, and you can print out 10 times as much paper on hemp than you can on like trees. But the paper companies are making billions of dollars, and they don't want you to know that.
And we want
What
you
about-
alive, so don't give any ideas that might revolutionize.
What about
anything.
the is it
And
a
then
type
someone
of,
like bleep bleep.
what about the type of, is it a type of censorship that when a book is digital, it can be altered at any time? When a book is, you know, a hard copy, that's it. And then you can't
I mean, I don't
you
see
can't
how
go,
they could
you can't
not
go
do it.
retroactively go back and like change it. You know, those new books is like Kanye's albums, yo. They're like living documents. They can be updated. Like it was that Life of Pablo album with Kanye, yo.
Like a Google document.
That shit came out one way, and he kept adding on to it and adding on to it, and it was not the same album when you about to, you know.
No, by the time you were already by his
So
final draft, yeah.
that is, you know, that's what education is gonna be like,
No.
and it's gonna be up to you what you want to
It's
be
gonna be a
educated,
huge
what you
blackboard.
want to be educated by, because you can't just be educated by the trends that's interneting and shit like that.
No.
You need something, you know.
You need factual.
Yeah, you need factual, and that's gonna be the divide. I think, like where your question is gonna be
Yeah.
like that. It's gonna be like, where's it going? It's gonna be like, where do you want to be?
It's like what school of thought?
What side of the line do you want to be? Yeah, exactly.
What school of thought are you subscribing to?
Yes.
I got you.
Exactly.
That's
And
Damn.
everything's gonna be a subscription,
That's
and you
the
pay a fee a month to be educated and stuff, bro.
That's the root of critical thinking.
That
Consumption.
is the root of critical
is
thinking.
being able to differentiate. Pardon me, words. Differentiate objective thought, like objective fact, and subjective, and being able to
That's
analyze the
today's
two.
Yeah.
Episode objective.
Definitely. So I got you.
Objective.
Objective is today's title.
It is. No, do it.
All right, but I got you. But but also all right. Not to really segue, it's on the same topic as learning and what factual and what's not factual and all that. All right, they recently developed the technology. You know, it's still in its super infancy, but they recently developed the technology for people to have instant learning.
Like, I want to know Kung Fu.
Like
I don't trust it yet.
it's like I said, super infancy. But let's say when they do drop like a commercial product,
Like a
it's-
3.0 version.
like a super like 5.0
Exactly.
super legit.
Where we gonna be? How you gotta upload that
Powered
shit?
by
And
ChatGPT.
you'll download the information straight to your brain.
That's
I don't know.
Like,
that's
I
quite a
don't-
leap. That's quite a leap
I
from
don't
where
know
we
how
are
the
right now.
brain will
But-
handle that.
That's
But
what
like
we're
an
headed
instant-
towards. That's
but
what
like
we're
an
headed
instant,
towards.
Like jolt of knowledge, like just blow embedded in you.
Maybe like ease up into memories that come back. I don't know. Like putting the knowledge all one like lump sum.
But that shit could be.
That might not be good for your brain.
No, it might not. It might not be
I don't
like
know.
instantly. It might take like a few minutes for you to get like everything in there.
Right.
Because here's what I'll tell you that I would try.
The absorption.
I would
of
try it
information.
because I want to be able to speak other languages, and my brain has never been good at like processing conversational any other language besides English.
Yeah, because
Like,
that's your native tongue.
Hablo un poquito español, pero
Poquito.
poquito. But like I can't conversate in any other language besides. I can also like say a couple words. I can't say fucking words. I can't talk. We start with more than 2 or 3 words in French. I can say thank you in Arabic. I can curse in German. Like I can do that in like 8 or 9 languages, but I can't.
So you know,
talk.
big lad.
I got you.
Yeah, I can't talk in any other language. If I could do that and like learn another language and be able to process and hold like thoughts and conversations in another language, I would do that. I would take that risk.
I'll do that for math and engineering.
I was gonna say engineering.
Like
Like Tony Stark shit.
like
learning.
let's say it is like the final product. would y'all be down, or like what would y'all be what would be your opinion if the educational system was something like that?
Something like what?
Something like that. Like it'll be like, all right, cool. We're gonna give your kid all the math, all the reading comprehension,
creating workers.
You feel me? Whatever, all at one time.
Same shit.
And then they could go study whatever they want to study for. Let's say 5th grade to like 18.
I have not
and then
choose their own path.
But
and then cancel college out all together.
If I did have a kid, I would not let my child do that. I think that would have a very negative effect on the underdeveloped.
But let's say
that's seeing society like you're a leper.
Hold on.
Okay, if we're talking about
but let's say
because you're the abnormal. You're not the normal.
But I'm not saying like
not now.
I'm not saying all subjects are taught this way, but like the basics, like math, reading comprehension.
STEM.
You feel me? There, STEM. Boom. Reading comprehension, engineering, mathematics, and science. All downloaded at one time. Yeah. Boom. And then your kid has the choice to go into whatever lane they want, like any profession.
It's easy to say that now, but let's talk about like maybe 10, 20, 30 years from now. Like that'd be different. If that would be the norm.
I'm kind of like concerned how education is gonna be in the future.
Yeah, me too. Obviously, now,
I have a
because
6-year-old.
Education is trash
you know what I'm
right now. But like,
yeah, man.
But no fault of the educators. The entire system is fucked.
No, definitely. But something like that, like they'll go to like regular school from like kindergarten to 5th grade.
Teachers are doing the best
5th grade they get to upload WAP, and then 6th grade to like 12.
When you say
they're
WAP,
just what?
WAP?
Yeah, WAP. Like it's
WAP.
Whoop, gone.
Oh, okay. No. He said it. I'm just like, wait, what? Like,
don't take it.
But he didn't say it in that context.
Don't take it there.
Silence.
I was like, what?
You feel me? And then from like 6 to 12, they're just like on some whatever they want to study shit.
Okay. No, if that's the norm, and like every kid is doing that to become like super intellectually like advanced, and then they can
I don't know. Man.
I'm not gonna say no. Just right now, it feels like a horrible idea.
Yeah.
Loaded with risks.
But at 4 or 5.0, it might not be so bad.
Yeah. If that's the norm, but I don't think that's a good idea.
I think it should be uploaded directly to the brain, but you have to unlock it as you study, like a game.
Like a program.
You have a skill tree and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like as you study, okay, bing, now you unlock this ability. Now you have calculus.
Right.
Oh shit! Now you gotta do calculus 2.
And then you gotta read it, and then boom, you can just do it.
And then but then you have to unlock your skills. That would be dope.
So you have like algebra. So I have to do like what 1,000 algebra
exercises,
problems,
whatever problem.
exercises in order to get like
you choose
still gotta put in
how
the
you're
work.
gonna study, when and how and whatever. And once you achieve that, boom, you unlock the next step in algebra, whatever the next step in school is.
I don't know. I feel like that would be a waste of time though.
Why?
Because it's like, why not just give them everything all at once? Bow.
But the thing is that you will only have the. I'm thinking as I'm saying this. I'm just like.
But it's
okay, you have the knowledge.
Yeah.
But you don't have like the muscle memory. You don't have anything to back up the knowledge. You only have as information that in your brain.
Okay,
so the experience is not there.
Like when Morpheus was kicking Neo's ass in the beginning.
Exactly. So it's like, dude, none of this is happening.
But
he knew Kung Fu. He just had to
know what I'm doing, but you're not. That's what I'm kicking your ass.
To know how to use the Kung Fu that he knew.
It's for his body to get used to.
He has the knowledge, but he still had to practice.
Yeah.
Right? I know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
grab your crop.
Immediate knowledge doesn't make you knowledgeable or experienced. That's what I'm going.
There you go.
The knowledge doesn't make you experienced. That's why the upload. There's a show like that. There's a comedy show on Prime. It's called Upload. It's like
there was a movie like
that.
that. Huh? There was a movie like that where
there was a series like that.
A series?
Yeah, Altered Carbon.
Yes, I remember that.
Altered Carbon.
This guy from the Marvel was there.
Anthony, and Anthony B. Mack. Yeah, that everybody's consciousness was stored in like a disc in their spine.
What about the movie with the dude, something Henry, I think it was? That crazy.
How about the joint with Ryan Reynolds? Where the joint with Ryan Reynolds that the old billionaire like bought his body and like transferred his consciousness to
Yes,
it.
yes. What is that?
But his consciousness was still kind of alive, so he had to like take pills in order to like keep the consciousness
keep like when I'm
subdued. But like he found out, and like it kind of like drove him a little crazy. So he was like, "Fuck it,
bro."
So he was like,
two
"Fuck
people
it."
in your mind.
So he was like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just let
Substance.
him take over his body again."
Substance.
I remember that.
More.
I never saw that one, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
It was
what
really
you're saying.
good.
It's
It was
crazy.
really good.
No, Ryan Reynolds is a good actor.
Yo,
Like,
Ryan Reynolds is the man.
He's like obviously.
I used to hate
Ryan
him.
Reynolds is
I used to hate
Deadpool.
him.
He's
When he was like the
obviously
pretty boy
Deadpool.
in movies.
Obviously.
This guy.
What, Van Wilder?
He's the
Van
only
Wilder is
Deadpool.
perfect.
No,
Van Wilder is literally Deadpool goes to college. I
Yes.
saw that.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, he would be a good Deadpool.
Yeah.
And
Like-
then he did the trailer.
Blade movies. Too.
Can
he
you
did the
see
trailer
anybody
for it.
else playing Deadpool?
No.
No,
No.
he's perfect.
Not at all.
No.
He's perfect as Deadpool. That is, he was born to play that role.
Bro,
but like Van Wilder,
He fought for that fucking role, bro.
yeah, he produced.
Yeah,
He's been
years.
preaching that shit for over a
Yeah.
decade.
And then he finally he scrounged up. It was like what $40 million.
Yeah,
And
For
then
the first one,
yeah, for the first one, and then he was like, "Yo, Fox, let me
Like
produce it
that?
myself."
yeah.
I remember
Produced it
Yeah.
himself.
It took
And
them like
produced
7
himself.
years to
Okay.
prove it.
Y'all tell me if this is a fever dream. I remember before the first Deadpool movie came out, that whole shit in the highway with the car and whatever, that was a thing that people could see before the movie was
Yeah.
even a thing.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
100%.
Right?
No, I'll tell you why. Because that was a teaser trailer that he made with his production team, just to see,
To
just
sell
to
the,
gauge
the,
interest.
the idea.
And then it went viral like immediately.
I remember
And
that.
then he goes back to goes over to Fox
Hey
and he's like,
guys.
"Come on,
Yo,
on."
people are
Come on.
reacting to this.
Come on.
Like,
Yeah.
because
And they
ruined,
included that in the movie.
because they ruined Deadpool with Wolverine Origins.
Horrible.
It was garbage.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Oh, I
it was good.
remember.
enough.
It was one with the
Horrible.
shot, like,
And it
the
was
shot.
him.
You know what's crazy
Yes,
though? I
it was
didn't
him,
figure
too.
out that was Deadpool until like a year after. The
I never
fucking
knew
movie
it was
came out.
Deadpool.
I kind of knew, but I'm just like,
I was like,
this
who-
is-
The
I was
only
like,
shit
this
that
is
gave
weird,
it
though.
away.
I was like, who the fuck is this,
The only
bro?
shit that gave it away.
And then I watched it again, and I heard him say Wade,
he said, "Wait,"
and I was like,
and he did the
nah.
katana shit.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, yeah.
nah, fam,
Yeah.
this can't be Deadpool.
He sliced the bullet like
Yeah.
Deadpool
Yeah.
always does with his dual katanas. I'm just like, that's
the
weird.
mark of the mouth in that movie.
The mark with the mouth.
Yeah.
The mark
Yeah.
with the mouth.
He didn't have a mouth.
They shut him
At
up.
the end. Mm.
He literally did his piece.
I remember that shit leaked online without any of the CGI. That shit was
Oh, it was trash. I remember that one too.
I saw it. That's how I first saw it.
Because it was a good copy.
It was
just
a great
had
copy, no
Fake
CGI.
lasers. Like,
There was no CGI, no special effects.
It was
That's
trash.
crazy.
You
But
saw
That trash.
The worst part was the finished product wasn't much better.
it wasn't
It wasn't
For
much
what?
better.
For what?
Wolverine Origins.
The
Oh.
finished product was not any
I
better
fell asleep in that
than the
movie.
fucking leaked product.
It
Yeah.
wasn't.
And it was
Like,
just like,
like
yo,
10
this is
minutes
garbage.
in, I was.
That
more
actually was.
reasons.
Yeah, for reasons beyond.
But yeah, circling back.
Circling back. But yeah, like, no, the education system.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Future of education.
Future of education system. There will be none. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I have a little bit of faith that something's gonna change.
I mean, no
very,
fault-
very, very.
no fault
there's
to the
a very-
teachers.
if I
Everything
give
is
you-
cyclical, so I guess.
If I give you a percentage, I'll give you about 32.5.
I'm just saying that the teachers,
Positive.
if
That
you
what?
go to be a teacher,
that the educational
you're
system
underpaid, you're
will
overworked.
actually get better.
you're blamed for all this shit, and you're dealing with a system that's trying to set you up to take the blame for all this fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
So good on you for being a teacher.
But I also think that schools should offer a lot more than just teaching. Like, I feel like there should be a lot of social work and counseling involved in schooling.
And free fucking food for the kids. Like,
Yeah.
if like you're in a society that doesn't give your students free like food at the cafeterias, you're
I was
bullshit.
about to say, like,
They should give them a lot more than free food.
how
good food. Like, come on.
Not only good food, I feel like they should be. I feel like when you go to school, the school should supply everything.
What kind of bullshit country
You
doesn't
feel me?
give their
Like,
kids
our
free food?
educational system should be so rich that we just supply them with everything they
Bro.
need.
Clothes, food.
Not even clothes.
What-
not
what do-
clothes.
what do you
but
think
like
they
you
wanna
know,
close down that
a
department
book
for?
bag. You feel me? Notebooks, a tablet, a fucking laptop, or whatever the fuck they may
Books.
need.
There should be libraries for fucking kids in the
Yes,
schools that
every
want to
school
rent out
should.
books.
Every school should.
That's
have a
why we
library.
have congestion
I'm here
pricing.
in school right now.
That congestion pricing. If that
It's gonna
paid
be
for
for that.
free school lunches, I would buy a car just to drive it downtown,
Yeah.
just
But
to pay
the-
that tax.
But the thing about it is that
That's that white boy
this is the
shit,
about
yo.
no.
I heard that.
No, but yo, you gotta really think about it though, right? New York City probably has one of the highest
people
yearly budgets in America.
I think
Right?
I think it's
You got it.
You know what? Hold on a second.
Our yearly budget's probably one of the top 10.
The highest
You feel me?
city.
So I don't understand why we gotta pay for everything. You feel me?
budget.
Everything. And
Bro.
shit is only getting worse.
Bro, I went to the supermarket, $8 for a dozen.
Well, with about
dozen
$100
bags, bro.
billion in annual
$8.
spending, New York City's budget is bigger than all but a handful
I'm buying
of
like
states.
egg whites, like the carton, bro.
States.
Cheaper.
Have
Yo,
you seen the
you
price
heard
of
that?
olive oil?
Yeah.
Yo, you heard what Mike just said?
Over $15.
No. What happened?
That our yearly budget
New York City.
is higher than most states.
$100 billion
Just our city?
in annual
our
spending.
city?
New York
In annual
City's annual spending is bigger than most U.S.
States. Yes.
New York City.
So
we're him.
So
That's
you're
why
telling
they
me
raise
with
us with
$100
taxes.
billion
We're
in
him, we're
annual
her,
spending
we're
in
them.
these fucking 5 boroughs, you telling me we gotta pay a tax to get downtown?
We're him,
They don't
we're
want us
her,
there,
we're
bro.
They don't
them.
want.
Bro, but the thing about it is
New York
that
City is that place.
what's happening now is the ripple effect of it because businesses are like panicking
Everything.
right
Yes,
now
they are.
because
They got
nobody's
some
some
going
restaurants
down
ain't got
No one's-
nobody in them.
there. Yup.
This is-
Hotels right now super cheap because of the fact that nobody's going into downtown.
Nightlife.
Done.
Really?
I
Who's
was
paying?
downtown.
I mean, you know what? I
Bro,
know there's
you-
different
you're telling
prices.
me-
I
I'm
went
saying I
downtown
haven't
last
been
week.
around,
It
so
was
I don't know.
good
No,
as shit.
This is
Listen.
new. This is what's happening now.
Listen, I'm not trying to get drunk at whatever bar down in LES or the Village or St. Mark's or whatever the hot spots is, right?
Yeah.
And then be mad drunk to get having to take the train up because Uber's gonna charge me an extra $20 to go uptown.
I'm just saying, I went downtown
Oh,
a
yeah.
couple weeks ago and it was crowded as shit. It was a river of
You can
motherfuckers.
easily spend over
Yeah, but that was before the
$100.
congestion price came in.
It just started.
Yeah,
It just
most
started,
of
like,
those
last week.
most of those people downtown because I was on 42nd Street. Not that I wanted to be there, but I had to be there.
Lie.
And it was
I
just
would-
people after people after people
You
after
mean
people.
you mean
Yeah,
the
but that's
holidays,
42nd
yo?
Street.
Yeah.
You mean the
That-
holidays?
Yeah, that's why we have so much money because of Europeans and people.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Bro,
And,
you're talking
you
about
know,
40
out of towners.
You're talking about
Out of
40
towners
you're talking about
coming in.
42nd
Congestion
Street.
prices not gonna affect tourism like that, will it? If you
Yeah,
stay in New York City,
It'll probably affect
I mean, really, it's
drive-in.
fucking with
It'll
everything.
probably affect drive-in tourism.
But those
like
those
people who are
Euros,
driving
yes.
into the city and want to stay like at
Jersey,
the peninsula and Hotel Pennsylvania and like whatever the fire shits is
And then
downtown.
I went to 14th Street actually a couple days ago, and it was still crowded. People shopping, people going downtown.
Yeah, but I'm talking about tourism and all this other stuff. If you're driving into the city,
Oh, yeah, that's a nightmare.
you're not gonna wanna. Oh, I'm driving in and out of New York. I'm staying here for a week. I gotta go to this borough. Gotta go to that borough. Just think about it like this, bro. In 1 week, a person could spend clearly going in and out. Let's say you do a round trip, $18. In a week? Let's say you say 5 days.
It adds
You're
up.
looking like about almost $100, $86.
The
It's
congestion,
just tolls.
the congestion tax isn't necessarily
Where are we living?
for out of towners. The congestion tax is for people who live in New York to deter them from driving into downtown. It's to encourage them to not drive because they don't want to pay that extra tax, and we all fucking know. People who live in the outer boroughs, oh, I'm going to drive into the city. Oh, I got to
Yep.
pay an extra tax? I'm not going to fucking drive. Fuck that tax.
Nah, that's just
And then they're
fucking
gonna
up the
take the
MTA.
train.
How long you think?
That's just fucking up the MTA.
Now,
bro.
It's not
I'm
gonna
not
last.
agreeing
It's
with
not
it.
gonna last.
I'm not necessarily agreeing with it.
Nah.
I'm saying it doesn't affect me because my car was trashed a couple years ago anyways because of that hurricane.
Yeah.
So it doesn't affect me, so I don't really have a strong opinion on it one way or the other. I'm saying it is what it is, and people are going to get screwed up.
Yeah.
But I'm saying a large number of people who it does or it would affect are New Yorkers. Then they're
Yeah.
just going to be like, oh, fuck that tax. I'm either going to not drive downtown or I'm going to take the train downtown or whatever else.
You know how trash that is, bro? You can't take a
Not
little,
trash.
You can't take a little joyride around Manhattan no more.
You can't take a
What?
joyride into the shitty
Nah,
downtown
you could
part.
get on the highway, but once you get in,
You're fucked.
You're done. You
Yeah.
would have to turn around in 125th.
But
Yeah.
wait a minute. If you stay strictly on the highway, don't
You don't get
enter.
charged.
You don't get charged.
You get charged. Oh, you don't get charged on the highway?
No, if you
if you go inside Manhattan
Yes.
after the 60s, from
But-
anywhere,
But if you just stay on the highway, like FDR or the West Side Highway, I don't believe you get charged.
You don't get charged.
Oh, you don't?
But once you cut into the Ave, you get charged. That's what it is.
That's so stupid.
If you stay in the highway, you don't get charged. Once you get in Manhattan, you charged. If you pass 60s.
Nah.
That's not it.
It's like you're congesting this area. I'm gonna charge you.
I'm good on that.
And then,
No loitering.
well, what I will say is I do feel bad for the taxis because like a lot of those Uber drivers, they're contractors and they're gonna get fucked, and those guys barely break even.
What are you talking about? The Uber app is gonna adjust for that.
Oh, it's gonna adjust straight
Yeah,
up.
it's gonna add that joint straight on. All those tolls and stuff get added onto your
Well,
Uber.
those guys barely make.
Taxis don't get charged the same in tolls as a regular civilian.
They get charged more.
Less.
They get
bro.
charged
There's
less?
a lot of
Yes.
them, bro. There's a less.
I would say they get charged more. I've
It
seen.
makes no sense, my brother.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, they are charged. It's a charge of like 225, 250 extra if you're going. Let's say to 42nd Street, it's gonna be an extra charge for the toll. Cause like for a cab,
They add on the toll to the fare.
exactly.
Yeah, I knew that part.
The pricing is gonna affect the cost of food now more. It was already high. With this, it's gonna be even higher.
Bro, I'm telling you.
Bro.
It's cheaper
Restaurants-
to buy egg whites in a carton.
You
than
know,
buy
like
eggs, bro.
Italy, they have roads just like VIP roads, where if you pay an annual fee or whatever monthly fee, you could drive on that road. And if you
Nice,
don't,
nice.
You instantly get charged because there's cameras everywhere. So in Italy, you have fucking crazy traffic on one road, and then the other road is like the rich. You just see them like that, no traffic.
It's like the HOV lanes.
Yeah.
They should create like
fucked
lifestyle packages where you pay a fee and you're allowed to live like a rich person.
Isn't that
Right?
already happening?
I feel like that's social credit scoring.
No, but no.
I feel like that's in that realm.
Isn't that what I think it's
That's
China where they do that? No,
Yeah.
no, I'm not saying like
That
you
shit
pay.
sound like
I feel
Black
like
Mirror.
that sounds like
Yeah,
some
that sounds
Black
like Black
Mirror.
Mirror shit.
It's like
is
like
100% Black Mirror
let's
shit.
say like the basic is like you work at McDonald's and you can afford a studio and you have like a passion, and then the best, like the better package includes that you already have a house and you have a nice car and you have a blue collar job. And the best package, the more expensive, like you actually live like a rich person.
I think actually the Black Mirror episode is similar. It's like with likes and dislikes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
your
seen
social
that.
More likes you
Yeah,
get,
but
the
that's
more
the original,
popular you get.
Nah,
the good
bro,
ones.
because they can easily use that to keep you in the same class.
Not
Because think about it like this, right? Let's say you used to everybody.
Oh, because the job will always be something that keeps you at that level.
Yeah,
I mean, you can always upgrade.
and the only way.
But isn't that life
but
today?
then how can you upgrade?
You can do shit on the side.
Isn't that life today? If you have the money to do it, you're gonna do it.
I'm literally destroying life as it is.
Exactly.
Like, but the way you're saying is that I'm not allowed a side hustle.
Because I'm a writer, I can do that.
You know, I'm not. Your first description made it seem like I'm not allowed to go side hustle and shit.
See how
I can't get on that
like
line?
something sophisticated and it's the same shit we live.
I'm like, wait, I can't get on that line, yo. Come on.
Like that's how they have it. Like it's like this hierarchy kind of like.
It's
What's it
like
called? Echelon.
it's not even that. The levels depend on the zeros, baby. How many
Yeah.
zeros you got in that bank account depends on the level you're gonna go to.
Like basically, no joke. Like what I'm describing is basically what salary is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what they tell you your value is.
This is
Y
how,
conformate. That's how you're gonna
it's like
live
yo,
with that money.
it doesn't matter how much time you spend here. We're gonna pay you this.
And the crazy. Well,
That's why I say
I don't
if
want to
you're
get
on salary,
into.
stay out the office as much as possible.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
And then
Especially if
taxes
they're not
in
your
New
own
York,
business.
they take a nice 26% chunk.
When it comes out to like
And
what?
income tax.
Yeah, it comes out to like 43% after federal tax too.
Not exactly. I mean, you can end up after taxes with 67% of your salary, which is wonderful. So if it's 90, if you're 90K, you only keep like a little bit over
New
60.
York.
That's crazy.
It is fucking crazy.
That's fucking insane.
That's New York City. It's like 3 different taxes, just New York, plus federal,
Plus
Medicare. I don't know what the fuck. Social Security.
Yeah, like when you get your paycheck, you see all these things.
Yeah,
you're
it's like,
There's
it's
like
like
at
eight
least-
different items.
There's like 8 lines
Yeah.
there, like
For
yo,
real, no
we're
joke.
taking all of this
And then
shit.
you-
like I
And
just
then
thought I
you
was
do-
working for one nigga,
and then
yo.
you do
Like
a
who are all
401k.
these guys?
Right? Then you do a 401k, which is great. because they take the money before they take taxes, so it lowers your taxable income. Blah 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 blah. But then it's less money in your pocket.
Yeah.
And then you add an FSA,
And
so you can pay for medicine, whatever.
and when you
That's
need that
less
money, you're
in
gonna
your
pay a
pocket.
tax on that money too.
Yo, bro, at the end of the day, like, no lie, you lose like about 70% of your whole check if you sign up for all that. Think about it, health insurance.
No, at least health insurance for me was free. Like the company would pay
I
for it.
wish. The health insurance in my
But-
company.
Didn't they
mad
take out your
expensive.
check type of shit?
No,
Mad
it
expensive.
was paid by
Yeah,
it was paid for
Fuck
by the
that.
company. Because I was salary. I don't work anymore. I was a salary, so it was like, it was like,
Yeah.
they take care of some shit, but yeah, the future of society. Sounds
It's
great.
gonna be crazy.
No subscriptions.
And talking about
No subscriptions.
talking
No
about
free trial.
talking about societies and reality. What's that reality bending experiment we're gonna talk
Oh
about?
yes, the TikTok video. They made this thing where they aim.
You like how I came back to that?
Yeah, they aim a laser. You know the lasers they use to like level shit in construction.
Yeah.
It's like a red laser.
Yeah.
So they aim that at a wall, and they put this subjects on DMT, different subjects, without knowing whatever they're gonna do, and they start looking at the surface where the laser is hitting.
Yeah.
And when they look under the influence of that drug, they see a code. They all see a code.
That you can
And
only see while
That
on
when you're
DMT.
on DMT, and it's like they feel like it's a code behind reality. Like there's something like they're looking past the veil of reality.
So
That
So
is
you're saying that on
insane.
They're
DMT
looking
you
past-
can see
DMT,
beyond.
DMT.
when you
they're,
say
they're looking past the pixels of life.
But yeah, like
looking
they're
at the-
looking past the hologram.
Ultimate level.
oh, I
Which
thought you
is-
meant like the code, like the passcode.
Like the
I was
matrix
like,
shit. Like they're
like-
looking at the source.
I was like, you're
Yeah,
looking
the-
at
the
numbers.
source-
Yeah.
Okay, the
So
source
is
code.
Source
DMT
code.
the answer?
Well, technically,
Is that the red pill?
well,
We need a safe
Could
space.
be.
all right.
Could be.
When
Unleash, unlock.
when it comes to DMT, we all know that it comes in usually two forms. Well, there's a third form, but that's
The real
Strictly
form is
the-
ayahuasca.
no, that is the ancient form.
That's the natural form.
That's the actually DMT is produced by every living organism
That's right.
that exists. But the thing about humans is that we have an enzyme in our liver that basically, cuts out the counteracts the hallucinogenic properties of it. Like, for instance, when you dream, you're in a very high. It's also REM, but you're also producing a lot of DMT at that point in time too. And they also say that the pineal gland activates at the moment of death and releases like a shit ton of DMT right at you.
Oh, who am I doing this to?
Whoever. Hey.
Hey.
Good
Hey.
catch.
Thank you,
catch.
everybody. Thank you.
Good catch. Right? So that's one. So the two forms that you could take, the three forms that you could take it in
Not me.
is ayahuasca.
That's the
That's the
Organic.
That's the
plant-based.
ayahuasca.
Huasca.
The plant-based.
You look like a waska.
You look like a huasca.
You look like a waska.
Ayahuasca.
All right.
You look like a.
Which is the most like oldest form of like consuming DMT. And when I say ayahuasca, I don't only mean the actual ayahuasca from Peru. I mean all forms of ancient DMT consumption, because the Egyptians used to use the blue lotus in order to get the same effect as the ayahuasca brew that the Peruvians use.
As is tradition.
Yeah,
The Indian.
What about the American version?
That would be more.
the American version.
Wouldn't that be peyote?
Do we have a American ayahuasca? Is that peyote?
I think it was peyote, wouldn't it?
I don't know. Peyote's a
That's
different. it's a
crystal
different-
meth.
It's different.
Peyote is a different chemical compound.
Okay.
Different chemical. What is that? Is it the same drug? But
No, it's a different chemical compound.
is it like the
altogether.
difference between sugar and sweeteners and shit like
No,
that?
the difference between peyote and DMT is like sugar and salt.
Okay,
They're
there you
different.
go.
They're different.
There you go. Hey, that was
They do.
that was nice.
They have similar effects, but they're different chemical compounds.
Okay.
So with DMT, you have the more ancient ways where people would make brews and shit like that.
See.
Sometimes sniff it, whatever. You know, the more modern way of doing it is that they use a synthetic version of DMT where they smoke it. And the high isn't as, it's intense, but it's not as long lasting as ayahuasca.
So
Similar
are they
to-
they're like hallucinating when they see shit like that? Like 3 different people seeing the same thing.
No, the thing about it is that most people, when they say they do ayahuasca, they mostly see the same thing. A lot of people describe like them going to another realm and interacting with the beings there. Some people say it's like the machine elves. Some people
That's
say it's
crazy, though.
aliens. Some people
Yeah.
say it's spirits.
But
But
that's
they
not
when
some-
they all, but when they describe it, all seems to be the same type of beings and shit. At one point, the CIA had a project where they used DMT to try to. They used subjects to map out the DMT realm, thinking that it was a higher form of, it's a higher dimension.
I remember we talked
We
about
spoke
it.
about
Yeah.
it, So
Well-
with that, with DMT, I wouldn't be surprised if focusing in, because DMT is a hallucinogen. You feel me? The most powerful one that we know of. So I wouldn't be surprised while you're staring into the laser that you would.
What laser? What the fuck?
Well,
It's like a laser experiment where
Oh,
they just aim a laser
what do you? Okay,
at a wall and they're looking at where the laser is
laser's
hitting.
okay.
So I could see that you staring into the laser and the frequency of the light kind of like distorts
Yes,
like
yes.
the hologram that we live in, and allows you to see like the source code of the universe. You know what I mean?
And considering the laser is supposed to be in theory infinite, like a laser keeps going.
Because it's light.
Like you know,
Like-
like you know the drapes,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, like a veil. Like you're
Yeah.
looking past it.
You're looking past the veil into like literally the bones of this shit.
And you won't see anything that is not just whatever it's
It's
making
like-
reality.
It's like organized and
Maybe-
there. It's like seeing past the pixels of life.
maybe you're looking at the quantum realm. The quantum
Maybe
realm.
you might be able to. You might
It's-
be
it-
looking
that's
into the quantum realm.
Interstellar, right?
Okay.
That type of thing.
I know. I'm not bugging by saying this. Have you ever looked at steam when the sunlight hits it?
See, yeah.
What does it look like?
It just,
Wait,
it's just,
It's
just
a lot
glowing.
of dots like traveling together when you look at it. It's like spray traveling together. When
What
you
was
look-
it you asked?
Steam.
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 Looks like
when
dust.
you look at it while the sunlight is hitting, like from an angle.
Oh, I see what you're.
When you're in a dark room and you can
yes,
see,
see,
that
see,
it
see.
looks like a lot of like little dots like traveling
Yeah.
together.
Oh, because you can see the water.
Whatever
The
does-
water,
the water
little
particles,
pellets. Yeah.
The water particles.
You need like
yeah.
really good glasses.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that that's probably like something similar that you would see if you're under the effects of that shit. Like you would see something. I imagine something like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a liquid something. I don't know. Like it's
I don't know.
That's how it is.
If it's cold,
Right.
I would think that we would
It's
probably
like
see
you're in a
like
magnifying
a
glass.
numeration,
while on
but
it.
we probably don't recognize the symbols that are being used
Absolutely.
because it's probably beyond our comprehension or perception of it. Because if you think about it, the universe, and I know Mike, you're an atheist, you don't believe in God, but you're open to the fact of a creator. 'Cause we had this discussion last week.
I
So I got you cornered,
Yeah,
bitch.
no,
I got
no.
you cornered, bitch.
I mean, I did,
The violence.
it's more like an agreement because, like, yeah, I understand
Oh,
that
shit.
what I'm saying is
The force.
I don't think that the theory of
No.
the Judeo-Christian theist
No, I
God
got
is
you.
wrong. But I understand that your interpretation is slightly different.
That sounds
Yeah.
like something else.
So right, let's just, like
The universe is God, and the universe that is God is also part of us.
Yeah, not only that, but what I'm saying is that
That's also a cool idea.
for the universe to be random, we're highly organized and highly numerical.
Super.
You feel me? Like everything is ran by a certain set of numbers. You know, things
Laws.
like planets are aligned by like the Fibonacci scale and the golden ratio.
Numbers.
That's found in
Everything.
all.
Math.
That's found in all
So it's
shapes and all animals and things that are naturally growing. All grow in this golden ratio
Yep.
calculation,
Mhm.
and it's fucking weird for something to randomly just occur. So, if DMT, right, is the chemical compound that our body releases at the moment of death, right? I could theorize because of the fact of what everybody's experiencing.
Right.
I can theorize, right?
I could
That-
theorize.
Hereby,
I could
That DMT itself
My hypothesis.
is a gateway to a higher dimensional plane or a higher level of consciousness that we are actually outside of our 3D holographic
So
body.
you saying
Wow.
Lucy?
Yeah.
So your theory is that
DMT would be the
Lucy.
drug that she took.
when
Yeah.
Elevated her.
that was a cool movie. I like
your
it.
your
Lucy,
theory
yeah.
is that when our flesh bags
She's like
cease to function,
browsing the
our
different
mathematical light
times.
vessel,
Changing the channel.
auras teleport to the next dimension.
Yeah.
Or ascend to the next dimension. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's not something that I can disprove, but that's not really how hypotheses
But
work.
the-
You would have to prove that that's something that does happen
That can happen.
in the scientific method. And now I will say,
Time's up. So,
you know, like
Hypothesis.
Bravo.
bravo.
Yeah.
what do you say, bro?
The afterlife to
What's
me
that sound though?
is
The lament of the toilets.
With
Something.
the balloons.
Did someone pop your lightsaber there?
Hey,
Hey, yo, whoa,
Hey, yo, no
sir.
daddy, bro.
Don't pop no lightsaber.
Ginger cake.
What is happening? What is
Right.
happening?
Finish your statement.
I mean,
Gateman.
Well,
I don't
escapement.
hate the theory. I just don't think it's possible to prove.
No, I completely understand. It's a very impossible theory to prove.
That's it.
It's
That's literally it.
virtually impossible unless somebody dies and comes back.
Which a lot of people claim to have experienced.
What near death?
But then there's no way to prove that you did do unless you can recall.
Because
Like,
when
record
you,
your brain.
because when you almost
How
die,
about
you
you
know it's
everything
released.
How
happens.
about you drink
DMT.
a dolphin stem cells? Yeah.
Jesus.
become
Why?
become
I'm like, why?
Sonar. You'll get like some.
I don't know, but
What? Is,
Dolphin stem cells?
no, but the thing about it, like, I'm saying this because of the fact that a lot of people, well, the majority of people that use DMT all have a very, 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 very,
very.
very,
Very?
very,
Close encounter to death.
very similar experience. Like with the same beans, same
Same rice.
Yeah, you know, same chicken.
Sorry. There we go.
You mean the domino effect?
The domino effect.
The domino.
That
They heard one person saying now everybody else on the same thing.
There we go.
Oh,
the
man.
Nelson
Drugs.
domino effect.
The Nelson domino effect. But yeah, you feel
Oh,
me?
my God.
I'm just saying.
No.
It's a thought. It's a
It's-
thought.
I don't know, man.
It's
It's
not a thought that
thought-provoking.
I can disprove, and there is correlation, but it's not causation. And
No, I'm
although
just
I would
saying.
love to have the same faith that you do that kind of shit exists, I don't see the evidence for it. I'm sorry.
Nah,
Ow.
But it's not like they took the drug at the same time when people, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
And
No,
then,
no,
like, yo, we were
no,
all
of
there
course.
together. No, everyone goes
Different
on their own
times, different
time.
places, different people.
That shit is more than a coincidence.
It's
Even for a guy like
It's
you,
not.
in a case study, you know? I mean, but how do you really study?
Yo, bro, all I know is that the effects of DMT are so powerful that the CIA wanted to map out the DMT realm.
Think about that.
They literally funded a project for people to get high as shit
they also
for
funded,
them to map
They also-
out this fucking
Elsewhere
hallucination.
thing.
They also funded a program for a dude who can have like
Doo-doo?
telekinesis, who could like move goats with his mind.
Yes.
That you're talking about the
And I have
Stargate
done
project.
that.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Stargate project, and we actually spoke about that on the podcast.
Yes.
And they theorized that this is actually a 3D hologram versus actual like matter.
Matrix.
Yeah, there's a whole document that's
Yeah,
out
like a
on-
projection.
like
The government funds stupid shit sometimes, and they make them ooh, like we spent money on the wrong thing. Like, come on.
What are the right things the government puts money on based on your perception?
Children's lunches.
they don't.
They don't. They spend money on people to like move goats with their mind.
Right.
That is not the right thing.
No, but
How
what
much-
are
whoa,
right
whoa, whoa.
things as per you?
How much money did they spend on that project? The dude to move
That was
goats.
probably like
the narrator says.
I
He
would
never
say
answered the question.
It was in the 70s, 60s, so I would like say like 15, 20 mil, which probably was a lot of money.
Probably a lot. It was probably like 100 mil by inflation
Yeah.
standards. We could probably like fund free school lunches. What's screwed up is this like this society where like everybody worships rich people now, right? But then when you look at like the CEOs of like these insurance companies, and then you see the fire insurance and the homeowners insurance declining people who have like lost everything just now, like in the last week, right? And they're losing all their stuff and they're losing all their worldly possessions and they're just running away with their pets and their kids. And it's like, oh, you can't make money off of the insurance and you can't get, hotels. And it's like, is making money really all we want our society to be about? No. Is that like
Not really.
all that there is?
No, there isn't. But
There's
if you
more that makes it.
But if you haven't noticed, insurance companies tend to change policies when they see certain trends happening.
Yes.
Like if they notice that an area is being very like seismic active, they might just be like, you know what, we don't cover earthquakes no more. And then an earthquake hits.
Just in case.
We don't cover earthquakes no more. And then I don't know where an earthquake hits, and they don't gotta pay nobody out.
They did the same with
Just
like
culture.
it wasn't on your policy before, but it is now.
It is now.
Word.
But doesn't that negate the whole purpose of that company? Like,
Well, of insurance?
yeah.
The whole point of insurance is for you to pay a company money for doing absolutely nothing.
The whole point of
And
insurance
then when you
company is
need
to
them,
have
and
your
then when
back.
you need them to
It's-
fight,
They say no.
then
You're
you
talking
fight
about
with
the
them.
idea
They
of
define it
insurance
when
versus
you're
like
paid.
the way insurance is executed. And
The company is so big
Administered
and so
and
powerful
handled,
that if you
dished
pay
out.
them to do their job, and they're just like, we're richer than you, we're not going to do shit for you. And they're just ripping you off at that point. They're just crooks.
They are ripping people off. But that's like how, a story that I came across actually earlier today. This doctor was talking about a surgery she was doing to a lady who had breast cancer, right? And in mid-surgery, the insurance company called her during the middle of the insurance. They got middle of surgery to ask her some of the dumbest questions to make sure they will approve the surgery during mid-surgery.
who answered that, yo?
How are you going to answer the
Who
phone?
answered
You're
that
knocked
call?
out.
Yeah, no.
No, they called the doctor.
Oh,
the doctor that was performing
Okay.
the surgery.
Oh,
The
Lord.
head doctor that was in this
the
chick
middle
like
of
that
it.
in the middle of like curing her.
The
They're like, yeah. Before you go any further, let's see if this is necessary.
Wow.
But like that's another thing too. A lot of insurance companies are following in suit with United and also taking away full coverage for anesthesia.
They want to do that, but
No, they no.
Which is the most dangerous.
People got really like loud about it.
Today they stated that no more. We'll cover you midway through the surgery. We'll cover a portion of your anesthesia.
The
We need-
anesthesia is the most
We
dangerous
need more
part of the
Super
surgery.
Mario World characters in the real world.
It's silly.
It
It's
is.
silly because you're like, imagine if you go to the grocery store and you buy like bread or whatever, and then you pay them, and then they just take the groceries and they're just like, get the fuck out. We took your money. We're keeping the food.
That's exactly what it is.
And you pay them for the service or the goods or whatever, and then they just keep the service. They don't redeem when it's time to cash in on the service that you're paying them for.
It's not.
At that point, it's just theft.
It is.
So
It is.
I've been thinking about that all like day when I heard about that story. Like hey, these people in LA had their homes burned down, and then the insurance company's just like, nope, we don't cover fire anymore. But then you're not doing the
Like in
thing
New
they
York,
paid you
like-
for.
There's no fraud insurance in New York.
Oh
There's a
yeah.
lot of companies that if you have some fraud in your credit card, whatever, they're not going to insure you against that.
Don't you still get the first one for free?
I remember
Allegedly.
it happened to me one time. I had to report some shit, and they're like, "No, we don't do that in New York." Why? Because a lot of
There's
the
a lot.
highest fraud happens.
Yeah,
in
the
New York.
highest fraud. It's too dense
So,
of a
That
population.
was just my. I don't want to say it's a high thought. It's just something I was thinking
It's-
about when I read
It's a
about.
very low thought.
It's a Oh, that sucks.
It's a realistic thought.
It's a realistic.
It's a real thought, I guess.
It's
Yeah.
a real
Same
thought.
thing.
It's a real
No,
thought.
yeah, absolutely.
No, but I feel exactly where you're coming from, because if you see it, like all the major crazy like disasters that's happened, insurance companies done pulled away like weeks before it happens.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
And it's like always a big.
They're
It is,
gonna lose a lot of money.
They
so
lose
they're like,
money.
whoop.
you feel me? And the thing about it, like I don't understand, right? For instance, let's say you have health insurance, and your health insurance is like $150 a month, right? You pay them a total of like what, $1,300 a year, or $1,450.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Let's say $1,500 a year, right?
Yeah, 14.
You're a healthy person, never really used the insurance. They probably pay your insurance company probably pays your doctor like $200 a year because you got your physical, whatever, right?
Right.
Let's say you have the same insurance for mad years, right? Come a day you need a surgery, whatever, and they tell you no, but you done already gave them like $80,000 over the course of
Yeah,
like
the doctor-
how many years and shit, like.
Right.
That's the thing. I just figured out. Like these high deductible plans, they're like, oh, you're gonna pay out of pocket. When you get to $8,000 out of pocket, then we're gonna cover you at 100%. So that's how it. The high deductible plans, you keep you keep paying out of pocket
Yeah.
under the insurance coverage, like
Yeah.
the co-pay, whatever.
Yeah.
But you keep paying. I've been to a lot. Like last year, I went to a lot of like doctors appointments. So you keep spending every specialist, every laboratory, every follow up. Sorry, right? All of this, and you still don't get to the limit where the insurance is. Yeah, now I'm gonna cover you. You spend.
You
enough
spent
money.
enough.
You spent enough. You never reach that point, and if you reach that point, they're probably gonna deny you
Yeah.
after you. That it goes with what you're saying.
Yeah. So that's just it's just like it's like this the only insurance that really pays out a lot is car insurance. They pay out a lot.
Because they can go after other insurance companies if it's a no fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you cannot blame another health insurance company. Oh, you're patient.
Yeah.
Oh, someone else got you sick. Yeah, we can go after that insurance
you could've
company.
called them, I'm gonna get it from you.
But you know what I mean? Like the only real insurance that pays out a lot is car insurance. And with us, let us pay out and sign up. Final thoughts,
Yeah.
gentlemen?
Final thoughts. Don't when you rent a car, don't pay the insurance. It's a scam. It's a really bad scam. Unless you actually have an accident like me, rear-ended, and you wanted to blame me. Rear-ended, and the guy had learner's permit and no registration because he wasn't on the first name. So with that being said, just drive carefully and don't sign up for insurance. Back to you guys.
Last in the back.
Time's up. Thank you for coming.
So mean.
Y'all took too long.
Final thoughts. Enjoy the weather while it lasts, because then it's going to be really hot, and then enjoy that weather while it lasts, because then it's going to be really cold again. The seasons change. It's inevitable. Enjoy it while it is.
And with that being said,
Hold on. Any final thought on this one?
We good, man.
you good?
You guys?
We good.
Okay.
And roomies, remember, if it's cold, bundle up and don't pull up.
Don't pull out ever.
Swaddle yourself.
Yeah.
Like a human burrito
Lick it first.
before you stick it.
Moisten the lips.
Both sets of lips.
Rub it.
Lick the tostada.
Smack it.
And spread avocado on it.
Work it. Like that.
Bop it.
Like that.
Like that.
I'm